Me and the boys like to shake, rattle, and troll.
It's time for the award-winning Shake, Rattle, and Troll.
Yeah, kiss the weather, rock your favorite homes. Me and the boys gonna shake.
A show for the serious fishermen as well as the novice looking for tips from the pros. Shake, Rattle, and Troll, brought to you by Bill Luke Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram. I-17 and Camelback Road since 1927.
Yeah, we got the power, we got the speed. We're running wide open on a midsummer breeze. Fresh water, salt water, watch out, boys. Bass Daddy Don's gonna make some noise. It's me and the boys gonna shake, rattle, and...
Now, here's your host, saltwater fisherman, the man that fears no fish, Bass Daddy and Tournament Pro, Don McDowell.
Good morning. I'm Don McDowell. This is the last day of Bill Luke Fast Days. Welcome to Shake, Rattle, and Troll. We've got some special guests in the house. We have our resident voice of moderation and reason, Special K.
Morning, Bass Daddy. You look like hell today.
Yeah. I feel something like the catfish dragged in.
Yes.
Which is going off today. Their weigh-ins at 2 o'clock. Rumor has it something around 30 pounds was weighed in. I'm not sure. We've got a very, very good friend in the house from Wetumpka, Alabama, Ron Stallings from TTI, Blake Moore, True Turn, Mr. Crappie, Daiichi, Gun Protect, and Pam gave him a hall pass to be here.
Thanks, Pam. I love you.
You know, she treats you all too well.
She does. She does. She makes me fat, too. Fatter, actually.
Well.
Alrighty then. Plausible deniability there, folks.
There's another story. And James Brown from Fish Clipper is
Yes,
here.
sir. Good morning. Good morning.
What time you got back here?
It's been a while. I know. I've been busy.
Yeah, I mentioned last time I saw him, he and I were both coding a whole lot of
I can't believe it's been a year since I saw you. Yeah. God, time flies.
That's coming up again, right?
Amazing.
That, in theory, is there. The question is, who will participate this time?
Interesting.
It's a mud run.
It's fun.
Don will do it.
Blast.
Yeah.
Don will what? Excuse me? Hell no.
No.
Not in his worst nightmare.
I'm going to tell you the same thing I told him after started. No, sir. Ain't running 2 miles. He goes, well, what are you going to do if you're attacked? I said, call in an airstrike.
Boom.
Hide.
Run to the weeds.
Well, we are into the final throes of the 17th annual Bill Luke Bass Days. It's been a really good event. We've had a couple of setbacks. President Obama decided to come to town unannounced.
Bummer.
On Friday. I had 2 helicopters scheduled. One was local, Sun State Helicopter Service. Nice guys, got a real nice little Robinson Raven R44. FAA calls up, says, you've got a GFR. I go, what is it? General flight restriction. I go, all right, why? Why do we do this? He said, well, the president's in town. Oh, and?
What's your point?
Yeah, who cares? We don't. Anyway, it took about 90 days to secure a H-860 Jayhawk from San Diego, our regular Coast Guard. They were coming over with a crew of 5 to do a static display for us and a SAR rescue attempt with a rescue swimmer in the South Cove of the Pleasant Harbor Marina. That evaporated on Friday. About 1,300 hours, the Admiral from Alameda 11R North called and said, you are to stand down. And we're like, why? He goes, well, the president's in town. I go, we don't care. And?
He doesn't affect us unless he's trying to fish.
And thank God he doesn't fish.
No.
Now, he could have been somebody that we would have had in the water for retrieval, right?
Oh. The more he's alive. Yeah.
We're off to a good start. More coffee.
Let's just say, single-handedly screwed up Bass Days, the Ostrich Festival, part of the Renaissance. NASCAR was pissed because they've got all kinds of drivers inbound. You can't fly.
Nope.
And we're 30 miles out. buoy couldn't fly. Coast Guard didn't even get a pass. So,
wow.
Anyway, moving beyond that, we've had a really good event. We've got an awful lot of guys out there fishing, and you probably want to know what's leading the pack right now. We've got Turner Rainey weighed in at 7.06 yesterday. I handed him a check for $6,012.
I think he was happy.
Yeah.
For that fish. Day before, Tommy Kilduff, good angler, good sport, had a 534. Got a check for $5,634. I think the 706 is going to hold.
Possible.
The fish are definitely moving up. So I don't know. I don't know what the final count on anglers is. 400 and something.
Where's the striper at? You hear anything on that?
Striper yesterday was a 536 that paid $1,040.
You know
Pretty
what
good.
I'm going to do with the striper snatcher when I see him, don't you? Yes.
How was that?
What was that?
See, I told you he's one of us.
Yeah. Yep. He's a member of the club.
Oh yeah. It's all really good stuff. So the band was great. Muggy Own did concert last night. Absolutely insane. One of the big things that Muggy Own did, they brought in an expert violinist, not a fiddler. He was introduced as a violinist.
He was good.
Yeah, really good.
He was good.
He and Dwayne Moore, and Dwayne's probably one of the finest fiddle players I've ever seen. They did The Devil Went Down to Georgia.
Nice.
In tandem.
In tandem?
Wow.
Yeah, and Ron answered the age-old question, well, why did the devil go to Georgia? Because he was scared to go to Alabama.
That's right.
Oh,
yeah, you don't come around there.
Oh, no.
Alabama is just really glad that Mississippi's there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ferguson.
Look at those guys. Yeah.
Yeah, we're glad about that.
Ron, what is your thought on Ferguson at this point?
Well, I
know you guys don't put up with a lot of crap down there.
No, we don't. No.
John, every time I go to Alabama, and I love going there, and Jim, you'll love this too, I get a 45-minute lecture from Ron.
On what not to do and what not to
on
say and how to
proper
drive.
Alabama behavior.
Etiquette.
Yeah.
Etiquette.
Etiquette. That's the way they say it in
exactly.
Mississippi. Yeah.
And it starts with, do not try to date the lady at the rental car counter.
This is true.
Well, he's got you coming right off the plane, right?
She's
Hardest thing ever.
actually June, July, and August for the calendar.
Exactly. Will not fit the rental car.
No. Stop it.
And it goes on to, do not speed.
Yeah.
If you are pulled over by one of the troopers, keep your hands on the wheel, face forward, and keep your mouth shut. You answer yes, sir, and or no, sir, whichever is appropriate, and that's it.
And that's also true when it's a female trooper, too. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Right on.
I didn't know
I'm
that
not going
part.
to touch that one. Nope.
You missed that one.
Yes, sir.
It's crazy stuff. No, it's always a pleasure to go to Alabama. And the other thing I learned, they don't hunt like we do.
I know that.
We have a tendency to stay out in the woods after dark.
Mm-hmm.
Ron puts me up, Donnie and I up in a tree stand, and he says, what time do you want to come back? Pick you up. I said, probably around 7, about an hour after dark. He goes, nope. I go, what do you mean, no? He goes, we don't go in the woods after dark. You're on your own. I go, why? What's the deal with that?
They don't know what's out there.
Exactly. We don't know what's in the woods.
It's got to be Bigfoot.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you.
Moss-covered squatch.
You sit there in a tree stand along the Tallapoosa River, and you will hear
don't know what
noises that you're sitting there by yourself, locked and loaded, the safety's off, and you're having a conversation to yourself.
With God.
Hey,
Yeah.
Just get me out of here.
What was that?
Yeah.
I'm getting radio calls from my son about 2,000 meters away. He goes, Dad, Did you hear that? I go, no. So what was it? He goes, I don't know. Sounds like somebody stepped on a really big cat. I go, what? Where is it? He's just behind my tree stand. But it's so thick I can't see it. So get down and go get it. No, hell no, I ain't getting out.
I'm not getting out. I got the Stallings warning. I'm not budging.
Nope, not going to happen.
The best part hunting with these guys, there was a Waffle House involved in the morning.
Absolutely.
There was a smoked barbecue involved in the afternoon. And if you're lucky, again that evening.
Yep.
Nice.
You know, there's something very correct about those kinds of establishments during a hunt.
Absolutely.
You know, it's much better than the stuff I've done over a campfire.
One of the vendors out at Bass Days that was there with us last year, and I got in a little hot water because they didn't understand his marketing slogan is Gator Rub, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If you love your meat, rub it.
Rub it.
And we got up on stage. Ron's sitting out there, and this is great meat rub. Well, the last time I was in Alabama, I learned how to make bacon.
Mm-hmm.
You take your bacon. Here's what he does: puts foil on the cookie sheet, lays the bacon out, rubs it with his favorite rub in the oven, 350 degrees to your crispiness level.
It's perfect.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
It's perfect.
You got any?
Never fry bacon again, man.
Patrick.
Rub it and bake it.
Rub some bacon on it.
All right, hey, we're going to thank Bill Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram I-17 and West Camelback Road since 1927, covering the 17th annual Bill Luke Bass Days. We'll be back with
Special K.
And
Ron.
And
Jim Brown.
I thought it was James Brown.
James Brown.
Yeah,
Take it
James
out.
Brown. That's what I'm talking about. We'll be back.
Got my toes in the water, ass in the sand, not a worry in the world, a cold beer in my hand.
And the ACCA is
Doing their thing.
Still going on. They've got to weigh in at noon, I think, today.
You said there was a 30-pounder out there?
Rumor has it, I didn't personally see the fish, but it's what I heard. And like Reader's Digest, if you hear it from an angler, you know it's
a lie.
fact.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
It's true.
Jack.
Yeah, it's true. Somebody had one, but it was 10 years ago, but they had one.
No, these guys are pretty serious. And I got to ask you, what's up with this Bang Shad Buffet?
The Bang Shad Buffet rig. Well,
You always have new stuff. They have like a think tank in Wetumpka.
Yeah, it's called a bar.
exactly.
That's their
well,
think
I was going to
tank.
say it does.
Let's all go
beer.
down, we'll drink some, come up with something, and then we'll put it out on the market.
And they
they'll
go
think we're
back.
geniuses.
You ought to see this place.
The bar?
No, not the bar.
The bar's
Just
my
saying.
boss's office, really.
He's not joking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wine, Jim Beam.
Yeah.
You know, it's all right there.
Yep, Daddy's on.
Caviar.
You hear that? Hear that sound?
Yep.
That's a new products meeting starting right there.
It's a seminar.
No memo.
I'm stunned.
Meetings for dummies.
Okay. All right, let's get into it. Every year you come with something new. The cool part about it is they listen.
We do.
Yeah.
The fish? Yeah. Go for it.
Now, we talked a little bit a couple years ago about the color purple, not the movie, and the albino shad
Yes.
has come out with a hint of purple.
Yep. It's
Very
It's
effective.
beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Well, the new rig we have out now is the Randy Howell Swimming Runner. And basically, when Randy Howell won this the Bassmaster Classic last year, he came to us. And we've been sponsoring for years, and he finally came through and won the Classic. And we went ahead and talked with him, and he wanted his own lure. And the Swimming Runner
That's
is
it. Didn't want a new boat or a truck.
well, that's on him.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
It's a given, right?
yeah. We're from Alabama. We don't have any money.
Thank God for Mississippi. They have less.
That's right.
Oh, my.
But the bait is a underspin kind of bait. It's obviously a road runner, but the body on it is triangulated on the bottom, but the tail's triangulated on the top, so it rocks as it swims and creates more sound, flash, and vibration. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It goes through the water kind of like the way I drive, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But it's real sexy. Plus, we got the Bass Buffet rig. It's a smaller version of that, but it has a 1/4 ounce on the bottom and an 1/8 ounce on the top.
That change-up is new this year.
Yeah, it's really good. My brother and I were catching 3-pound crappie when we were testing it, and it was every other cast. 5-pound bass, then another 3-pound crappie, a 4-pound bass, 3-pound crappie.
In Alabama?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Very sexy.
I would like to go back there just to fish.
I would too.
Would you?
Yeah.
Come on by.
Yeah.
Just to fish, I would do that.
We can do that. Come on by.
Yeah.
Get testing grounds.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. The fish clippers would actually be a hair holder for some of the people there.
Multiple fish clippers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't start selling at Walmart. They'll sell out in a heartbeat.
Oh, it'll be over with. It's a beautiful thing, man.
That's great.
Yep. I think Patty, you should send one to Patty down there at the Waffle House.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of hair.
All over her body, actually.
Yeah, we're sitting there ordering waffles, and she goes, "You boys ain't from around here, are you?" I go, "Yeah."
What gave you away, right?
yeah. We're covered in camel and stuff, stinking. And she goes, "Where are you from?" I said, "Oh, we're from out west." I said, "You from around here?" She goes, "Oh, I've never left Wetumpka." I go, "Really?" She's damn dead serious. I said, "Look, if you had one wish, where would you go?" She goes, "I'd really like to go to Tennessee."
Oh, no.
With that, I just laughed. I said, "Jump in the truck. It's 2 hours up the road."
Not far, honey, not far.
Yeah, you gotta love it. I love that.
I'm surprised she didn't want to go to Mississippi so she'd feel better about herself.
Wow.
We're going to get calls from Mississippi.
Oh.
We don't care.
That's okay.
You think Ferguson's going to call?
No.
Ron and I developed a plan for Ferguson. It's nothing we can discuss, but you might want to send that on to the White House under your letterhead.
Okay, that's fine. We can do that.
Okay, cool. What else did you bring out this year? I noticed the Catfish boys are using...
they're the Team Catfish hooks. Yeah, they're all over. We're actually helping sponsor them. And they've got 50 anglers, and we're going to set them up with some Team Catfish hooks and different styles and colors. Of course, the one guy came over, Eric, I think his name was. He came over. He said he loved the red hook.
That big bald guy looks like he just shaved his head recently?
Yeah.
That'd be Eric.
That is so wrong.
He's about 9'6".
Yeah,
that's him.
Yep. Doug's got a picture of him prior to the grooming, let's say.
It wasn't a grooming, it was a shearing.
The guy looked like a great big Viking.
He did.
Yeah.
Who are we talking about?
Eric from the Catfish.
Oh, yeah,
he's a big dude.
We should post pictures of before and after shearing.
Yeah.
He'd probably enjoy
that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that picture you showed me a while ago.
Yeah, so
Man.
Ron, what else have you drug out here that's new that we didn't see last year?
Well, those two lures I talked about are pretty much the key thing. We're working on new products right now for 2016 that really can't reveal anything, but we got a lot of hot stuff coming up.
Is there gunpowder involved?
No.
Or explosions?
Well, maybe. Yeah.
No,
yeah.
that's
This is the guy who was on the banks.
Oh, that's him.
Gun
Okay.
Protect.
Well, Gun Protect, we're going to have a new product coming out. It's an environmentally safe rust remover. You can actually dip your finger in this stuff and rub it on rust.
You're going green.
No.
Okay.
But it just
A rust remover.
a rust remover, and it pulls it right off.
Nothing rusts in Arizona. Just saying.
Well, that's true, but we're talking about on the other side of the Mississippi River. That's where everything rusts.
Oh, okay.
Including my brain.
Michigan.
Yeah.
I do remember. Hey, that was all the benefit of snow salt.
Yes.
I mean, you drive all winter long and you'd cake your whole underside of your vehicle in salt and make sure that snow melted. And then all summer long it just said, "Hey, let's rust. Let's rust."
Oh, yeah. It'll rust.
That was
doubt.
sexy, by the way.
Well, we've got to push into a break.
You looking at
and,
my moves?
Talk about some of our sponsors, TTI Blakemore, Daiichi Hooks, and those fine folks. Yep, in downtown Alabama. But when we come back, can you give us the molecular story on gun protection?
Absolutely.
Cool.
We're there.
We'll be right back.
Hey, Bo.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
He killed what he ate and brewed what he drank. Listened to Cole, Jerry, Reed, and Hank. A bear of a man hardly left the woods. A 6'4" solid rock when he stood. He'd hunt with a hatchet in his own bare hands. Refused welfare, only lived off the land. Drove an 87 Dodge, straight pipes out the back. Stocked his house with whitetail rats. He's a rebel, a redneck. Grew up in the sticks, a standard American.
From Alabama.
That's right.
Dude. Before we get into the gun protect, there's some guys we need to talk about. In Daiichi Hook, certainly one of them. You've been out how many years now?
5.
Wow. Okay, we've got Ram. Really a huge deal this year, John. Did you come up and sign up for the $45,000 cash drawing?
I felt that based on my presence in this situation, that would be negated in a heartbeat by anybody. So, no, I did not.
My son did.
Did you?
I did not.
Why not?
I don't know.
You going to sign up today?
I will now.
I'm going to sign
Straight
up. Ram's
Why not?
Drawing a name out of the hat.
Yeah.
Going to hand him a check for $45,000.
Yeah.
Not a truck, not a boat.
They're not doing that today.
No. In December. $45,000 cash. That's available out at the Ride and Drive. We have Pennzoil again this year. Good stuff. After 294,000 miles on my diesel, I'm not proving performance. I use the Pennzoil.
Yeah, well, I've got 275,000 on the Prius, and my hamsters drink 5-hour energy.
Roger that.
Coffee. Okay. Dunkin' Donuts, Sportsman's Warehouse has done a really great job this year. H&E Equipment, I need to really thank those guys. They jumped through some hoops and got us cables, cords, spider boxes, light towers at the drop of a hat. Enterprise Car Rentals, Chrysler Capital, Alliance Lumber, and Swain Asphalt did the cornhole guys yesterday.
I was more concerned who supplied the beer.
That was Pigley's. That was Bud Light, Ultra Michelob, and Budweiser. Burns Pest Control was out there. Rocky Mountain Cummins Diesel had all kinds of fun stuff thrown out at the concert last night. The Boathouse, Select Glass, Burns Pest Control. We already mentioned Mr. Gator Rub. Man, that stuff's good. Mm-hmm. You need to get a bottle of that and take that back to Miss Pam.
I will.
Yep. You can rub your meat, man.
10-4.
Good stuff. Wild Horse West, Comfort USA, HVAC guys, Southwest Luxury Coats, and RV Rentals, to mention a few. City of Peoria right now is having their 5K run through the hills and the dales. Up, actually, John, they're starting up on Blacks Mountain.
Starting at 9 o'clock? Oh,
at 9.
That'd be cooking just about right.
Well, yeah, they're registering and doing all that stuff.
By the way, I didn't hear the magnificent name. AZSFWC.
I'm coming to that. What we did for the AZSFWC, and this is a result of our wildlife license plates, every kid that fished has a medallion, a nice heavy medallion with a nice bass and some stars and planetary things on it, presented to them by and from the AZSFWC, Arizona Sportsman for Wildlife Conservation, and the Carnival.
Nice.
Carnival rides were all free to the kids, and all the kids that went fishing got a little something.
Don't show those medallions to the catfishermen. They become sinkers in a heartbeat.
Those guys aren't. They're not right. I stopped by the camp just checking them out.
Different breed.
They pulled this thing out of a foil. I couldn't figure, what the hell was that? It was an upside down flathead head.
Awesome. A bowl. It's a bowl.
Yeah. Well, they said, would you like a piece of flathead head? No thanks.
Flathead Ed ate the flathead head.
I had a taste. Had some cheek meat. Yum.
Yeah.
It is.
Really?
Yeah. It is good. Cheek meat is always the best.
I'm qualifying to go to Alabama. Am I getting close?
No, but Mississippi's in the background.
Yeah. You got to eat. You're all right.
Okay. Well, and then some really special guys came out. We had the United States Navy out there. They did color guard duty yesterday, did an outstanding job. The Arizona National Guard, some combat veterans were there. They did a good job as well. We have the United States Coast Guard and United States Coast Guard Auxiliary Flotilla 1011 from District 11 SR. We'll be on station today doing voluntary, not court-appointed boat inspections, but
Captain Dave at his finest.
Captain Dave and June and just a whole bunch of folks out there in uniform checking out boats. It takes about 10 minutes. Jennifer from American Families out there, and we'll walk you through the nuances, saving a whole bunch of money bundling your insurance with American Family.
They also have a raffle for $200 for Sportsman Warehouse.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Speaking of which, we saw Jenny Regal last night.
Really?
Yep, she was at the Desert Bighorn Sheep Society banquet.
Nice.
She was feeling good.
How did that turn out?
There were a ton of people. There were over 500 people.
Wow.
I sat at the table with a few people that we know, and one of our guys bid up to $100,000 for the sheep tag and backed off after $115,000. It went for $117,000. But you got to come to the deer banquet this year because we're hoping to get over $300,000 for that deer tag.
Wow.
Holy moly.
Wow. Well, you just went to one where a buffalo tag was involved for what, 26, 30,000? Are you out of your mind?
There's a long story behind that, but basically I did not have a conversation with my buyer, and I went in and bought it.
Oops.
And I said, "Dear sir."
He called me in a panic and goes, "Don, I just bought a buffalo tag for $27,000. I go, "You what?" I just loaned him $5 for energy drink. Dude, welcome to our world.
I love it.
It's nuts.
Fit right in, man.
But give us a rundown. We'll talk more about the sponsors, and obviously there's a bazillion people we need to thank, and including Don Luke and Kim Carter and all the Bill Luke staff. Gun Protect, how old is it, and why do you have it?
Well, it's been around for about 2 years now, and the total
what's
premise.
Its history prior to that?
Well, the history is basically military. The military, they actually wrap entire tanks in the same kind of technology for up to 10 years. And they cut it open and prime the pump, turn the key, drive off, no corrosion. And we take the same technology and applied it to weapons and ammo. So you drop your weapon inside the cloak, seal it off. Once everything, the air balance is inside there, the cloaks are infused with molecules, and these molecules are heavier than air, heavier than moisture, and they wrap themselves around anything that's metal. And when you open it up, pull the weapon out, no corrosion, no kind of film, very clean, ready to go. There's another piece that's called a safe environment module. It actually has the same technology as the cloaks do, but it looks like a little sugar cookie. And
they taste terrible.
They're awful. Give you the runs. But they have the same technology, the same kind of molecules, but you can put one inside of a pistol case or a gun case, and it will protect 20 cubic feet. Or you can take one and put it in the bottom of the safe, one in the top of the safe, close the door, 40 cubic feet of protection. Then the other part of that is we have weapon wipes, and the weapon wipes, for every square inch, there's 256 micro cavities per square inch, and they get down inside the pores of the metal. When you spray the spray shield on there, you wipe it off. You're pulling off pull out all the impurities that are in the metal, and it's replaced by the spray shield. And the spray shield is a formula I actually used in the military on F4s, F-16s, and A-10s when I was in the military. And
War dog.
And what it does is it seals everything, and it protects all the entire premise is corrosion protection at the molecular level. And it's perfect.
And you were using that on warthogs where?
Overseas.
Which way?
In the desert.
East.
Middle East. Middle. So, great product. Get it, mygunprotect.com.
Now I know what I'm going to do with that new knee. I'm going to get, before it goes in me, it's going in that.
There you go.
Well, you've got some brand new stuff you need to protect.
We're not going to.
Every time we go to a gun auction, last time we won a 22-250 scoped. Hadn't shot it yet.
What's wrong with you, man?
Time.
Oh, time? Yeah. I can understand that.
Time to go to Ferguson. Hey!
Blam!
We're going to come back and talk about soldiers for a little bit. Doug, we got anybody on roll call this week? Negative. All right. Reason for it. We'll be right back.
She rode me back saying go.
I don't know if Ron has PTSD, but I know he has flashbacks hearing that music.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Amen. Funny, dude.
Hold my beer and watch this.
Yeah, it's Saudi Arabia. Nice move with the warthog.
Mm-hmm.
Bam. Okay. Jim, you're out there with fish clipper, Westy worms, and all the fine stuff.
Yes, sir.
Tell us what all you've got. More stuff in your booth every year, and it's just like
I try. Being a small tackle manufacturer is pretty rough sometimes. You got to keep it fresh. I got to throw this out there. I've got this pre-rig 3D Savage Gear Cross. Okay,
they're killers.
I just recently, started rigging them up. They're my biggest seller this year so far.
Really?
Yeah. But I had a gentleman come up to me this weekend and kind of got in a discussion, and I'm going to throw it out there for you all. He said this isn't legal. What? He said this craw's not legal because it's got 3 hooks in it. Now, I need to know, the way it was discussed to me, or explained to me by a certified pro or two, that it has 3 hooks. Well, a treble has 3 hooks as well. It's also just one bait. It's not an umbrella bait. It has, multiple hooks on it. So my question is it legal or is it not legal? They do have worms. There are worms that are pre-rigged with 3 hooks.
Absolutely.
Bass Pro Shops, Cabela's.
Okay.
But is that legal here in tournaments in Arizona?
I'm going to say yes on that.
I think you'd have to find the rules and regulations. I'm sure maybe somewhere.
Yeah, they're on.
But not just Arizona, but anywhere in the country. You'd probably have to check the regulations on that type
state by state by
Correct.
state. Yeah. If you can deconstruct that and make more than one lure out of it, the answer is no.
Yeah.
It's not legal.
Yeah. Okay. Because that's the way it was explained to me. If you had multiple lures with multiple hooks, that's illegal.
Yeah, but your hooks are on leaders going to a main.
They're all tied back to the main.
So I would say that's a legal bait.
Yeah,
personally.
that's the way it was. That's the way I take it as well.
Yeah, and I don't think you'd have it. Top Cop's going to be out there. Joshua Hurst running OGT.
Yeah.
Ask him.
No one's ever said anything to me until this weekend.
I got this out of the Daiichi booth. Is this legal?
No, but things are going great out there.
Naming names with Josh. He makes house calls, man. I'm telling you.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. But everything's going great out there. It's, we're talking to a lot of folks. We're educating people on some of our products as usual. We are blowing out some products. If anyone's out and about, we do have swim baits that we're blowing out at a great price. Savage Gear swim baits.
Nice.
These 12-inch inline 3D ones.
Good looking baits, too.
If people are wanting to buy one for themselves for a gift, you can't beat the prices we have right now on them. So I'd say come out there.
For a gift.
For, a lot of people.
Lake.
Well, yeah. A lot of people, think they're too expensive. Well, I see $300-400 swim baits, so I think anywhere from $16 to $30 is a steal. So
good Christmas tree ornament too.
Yeah. I never thought of that.
You remember, he got that from Mississippi, just saying.
Yeah, they did.
And they don't take the hooks off in Mississippi.
You ought to see his Christmas tree. There's a crappie here, roadrunner over here, hat on the top.
Yeah. Budweiser bottle caps.
Nice.
Yeah, perfect.
That's their form of tinsel.
So what's your biggest seller? How are the worms doing?
Worms are doing well. I do have the Robo Westies out. I was trying to tell some people there. I've got a lot of feedback. People want curly tails. So I'm in the process of doing some curly tails, some new colors. I think there's 34 colors in the Robo 6-inch straight.
And 34 colors is not enough.
It's way too many.
I know, somebody's going to want something.
I know, that's what
they'll
people
want number 35 and number 37.
Well, I got the top 10 colors from the manufacturer from Rebel Worm. Right. So I've started with the first 4 that I did my own independent survey.
Are they still doing the Salt River Craw?
Salt River Craw? Yeah. The trailer?
Yeah.
Yes. They have a lot of neat products, new products coming out.
I'm thinking that color would work in your neighborhood.
Absolutely.
Everything works in his neighborhood.
That's true. That's probably true.
I'm saying, if you throw anything in the water, it's getting eaten down there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
End of story.
That's why we don't get out of the boat.
Don't get out of the blind.
Don't get out of the tree stand. No. I would not put a ground blind.
I thought that'd be fascinating. But I'd have that thing dug down 6 feet, make a perimeter of cement, and then put it on top, because I'm not putting anything on the ground.
They call that a hide, but yeah. How many varieties of poisonous snakes do you have? Do you have any idea?
Not a clue. There's a bunch.
A bunch.
Yeah. There's enough. When you get out of your tree stand and you squat up against the tree, just make sure you're armed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you may be in the middle of something and hear, and it's over.
Absolutely is not kidding.
Moccasins don't make a noise.
Rattles do.
Rattlers do. They've got rattlers
Rattles
there.
do, and the water moccasins or cottonmouths, you can smell those guys.
Yeah. We got some big water snakes down there.
Yeah, you doing those black racers?
No, I've never seen a black racer.
Yeah, the tree stand that you dumped me off at.
Oh, did you find one there?
Yeah, I did. About 4.5 feet long, and they call them racers for a reason. Fastest damn snake. What the hell was that?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's pretty spooky. When you sit down to turkey hunt, you just got to look around you all the time. You know, you may be calling one in, and you're gone.
Ain't running 2 miles. Ain't sitting down either.
Nope. It's over.
I'm not turkey hunting in Alabama. Guarantee you.
No,
not happening.
You're on your feet. Shoot, move, adjust, fire. Keep moving.
You know, somebody like me going out there, I guarantee I just strafe the ground. Just walk in front of me, just strafe it.
Oh yeah.
You would be stunned. Those turkeys are not like the turkeys we have here, and I have a theory why. But if you see them within a half mile, they don't run. They are airborne.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Am I wrong?
That's a fact.
I'm telling you, these guys are wise to what's going on back there. I'm not saying y'all poach.
No.
We don't do all that. I'm just saying there's probably some annual pressure on those birds.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's some big birds out there.
The big issues.
I mean,
Oh.
Yeah.
There's one right now.
Whoa!
Hey.
Jen is on it.
I'm going to start shooting in a minute.
No. This is going sideways.
It started out sideways. It's going downhill.
Going south real quick.
Come on, Jimmy, help me out.
Well, you know, like I say, come on out today. Today's Sunday, the last day of the show. I'm sure there's lots of deals. Lots of vendors have lots of cool stuff. Probably trying to blow out some stuff as well. And give them your support. You know, the whole gig is going well, you know. So come on out to Bill Luke today.
Yeah, Arizona Custom Rods is out there. He's got some smoking deals on pre-manufactured rods, rails, and his custom rods as well. It's good stuff. We've got awards banquet at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Somebody's going to get another check for $10,000.
God, I wish that was
my guess is probably Turner on that 706, but you never know.
You never know.
Lake Pleasant is surprised. The weather's been holding pretty decent. The water's getting warmer.
Well, they sometimes call it unpleasant for a reason, but someone's going to catch something big.
Yeah, it'll kick your booty. All righty, we're going to stand down, take a break. When we come back at the bottom of the hour, we're going to talk to James Guggenauer, see what's going on other lakes. But, I think most of the guys are out here fishing with us this year.
Yep.
It's all good. We'll be right back.
Hillary Clinton addressing the email scandal, but the committee looking into the Benghazi terrorist attack wanting Clinton to voluntarily turn over her email server. Republican South Carolina Congressman Trey Gowdy heading the Benghazi committee.
An eminently reasonable alternative is for her to turn over that server.
But Clinton's use of private email while conducting State Department business raising more questions about national security while she's Secretary of State. Former UN Ambassador John Bolton.
As long as she has her phone in her possession, some somebody else can get control of it and turn it into a microphone, transmitting without her knowing it to them. So all of her meetings possibly were compromised. I mean, we really don't know the depths of the national security problem here.
John Bolt.
Me and the boys like to shake, rattle, and troll.
It's time for the award-winning Shake, Rattle, and Troll.
Yeah, here's the one that I rap your favorite poems. Me and the boys gonna shake.
A show for the serious fishermen as well as the novice looking for tips from the pros. Shake, Rattle, and Troll, brought to you by Bill Lute Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram. I-17 and Camelback Road since 1927.
Yeah, we got the power, we got the speed. We're running wide open on a midsummer breeze. Freshwater, saltwater, watch out, boys. Bass Daddy Don's gonna make some noise. It's me and the boys gonna shake, rattle, and
Now, here's your host, saltwater fisherman, the man that fears no fish, Bass Daddy and Tournament Pro, Don McDowell.
All right, we're back. Yep, second hour of Shake, Rattle, and Troll. Last day of Bill Luke Bass Days at beautiful Lake Pleasant. What a tough lake to fish. Mm-hmm. It is. One of the people we didn't talk about that we really need to thank is the Maricopa Water District, Glenn and his staff, Rebecca, over at the Pleasant Harbor RV Resort and the Marina. They've just been outstanding to work with. It couldn't have been greater.
Yeah, they're good people.
The water trucks and this truck and that truck helping us out with all the kind of stuff. Pro-Am was our main tent, toilets, fencing, power. What?
Nothing.
Don't worry about Dot. Just keep rolling. He's on a roll. Don't stop him, folks.
Go ahead.
Okay, you got to have toilets, John. Yeah, I'm just saying.
It was the tent that got me.
Yeah, that's what got me.
Yep, we got that. Automotive paints, H&E equipment, SKS transport and towing, Pacific Tent from Arizona. Arizona Boating and Water Sports has done a great job putting the word out. Daiichi hooks. Arizona Game and Fish is there with OGT trailer, a lot of cool stuff. Adobe Mountains there with a really cool owl. And, people are wandering around with these little small dogs on a leash. Sorry.
It's a rope to them.
And this owl is eyeballing.
Eyeballing big time.
I mean, this is like some real serious stuff going on here. Food chain.
Come on, it's like a smorgasbord for that owl.
It
Looking
is.
there going,
That's a cool
Precision heavy hauling. Fast Track Design is out there. They did an outstanding job. And, I want to talk about boat wraps just for a minute. Boat wraps have a tendency, if they're not done well, to come off. Sean's stay on. They have wrapped 4 F-16 tails, Ron.
Hoo-ha.
You being the Air Force guy that you are, the wraps stay on exceeding Mach 4. You think they'll stay on your bass boat? Yeah,
sure.
I think so. Got it.
Yeah.
And do the math. It's a no-brainer. Anthem RV is out there. We had 96.3 Real Country out there for truck and boombox. Towed it in with a Ford truck. So we made them park in the back and turn the speakers up really loud, so that worked out. KFNX Radio did a really good job this year promoting Exalta. It used to be, you'll know them today on the 24 car. And I promised Mike I'd take it really, really easy on Jeff Gordon.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, he came through with the Lamar's maple bar with the cream filling yesterday.
Ooh.
He did.
Nice.
Yep. We had a little bet going that Gordon couldn't stay ahead of Danica Patrick, and well, she got him again. He went in the wall, and that was the end of that. And she finished 33rd or whatever it is. So, City of Peoria, Pennzoil, Channel 3, Channel 5, Dunkin' Donuts was a big hit yesterday. We had a big car show, and the guys saw the Dunkin' Donuts posters. Where's the donuts?
The double D's, boys.
And Patrick, God love him, I couldn't function without this guy. He does such a good job. Did you give me my credit card back?
Just wait till you get the bill.
I think he's keeping it for tonight, or for today.
Your monthly statement will reflect.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. Got the little blue card.
You got it.
Anyway, I said, get these guys a couple of donuts, will you? He brought back 4 gallons of coffee and 12 dozen donuts.
Ooh.
Yep. Hoorah.
Oh,
yeah. Pigley's Barbecue, doing a great job. RV Rentals, Gator Rub, Wild Horse West, Chrysler Capital, Enterprise Rental Car, Burns Pest Control, the Boathouse, American Family, and did you talk to Jennifer about your insurance?
I already am with an agent with them, so
nice.
I'm all good.
Have you bundled?
I'm bundled
He's
up.
been bundled a long time.
I'm snug as a bug.
Nice of you to carry on.
That was very nice.
Showing the love.
I'm going to stab you in the leg, Stallings. Swain Asphalt, them and Alliance Lumber did. I think we had 70 cornhole teams yesterday. Those guys played. They were still playing when the concert started at 6.
Yeah.
Serious money changed hands for those guys, about $3,000. Channel 5, Southwest Luxury Coaches, Comfort Systems USA, Southwest Select Glass. Those guys were nuts. They went for a helicopter ride. All adult men.
Bad combo.
They backslid right back to 12 years old when they got a new Red Ryder BB gun. Just tickled to death. Rocky Mountains Cummins came out. They had hats. Lots of Cummins hats. They even had a pink camouflage Cummins hat, and we all know that's wrong. But
just so you know, Ron, he has now read off every company that exists in Arizona.
Awesome.
Good job.
But there's one more. U.S. Storage Systems and Alliance Storage Containers.
The Popio. But wait,
There's
more.
We'll double the offer.
Why am I here? All right, now knock it off. The biggest one of all, Don Luke.
Yes.
Don Luke put so much back into the community, always has, and will in the future.
We hope he's feeling better, too.
Yeah.
Kim, we missed him this year. Kim Carter and the staff, Wally, Kevin on the water with Luke, takes care of the website, all the marketing stuff. Safeguard Business Systems did an outstanding job again this year. Thank you to that for all the printing under the pressure of past days. Oh, we forgot. We need another 5,000 flyers. John goes, they'll be there tomorrow.
Should have been here yesterday. What'd you do wrong, boy?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I'm sure we're missing somebody. AZSFWC, I can't thank them enough. And then awesome job through the wildlife license plate. It's important.
So everybody in this room better have an Arizona Sportsman's license plate by next week.
I'll have one.
And a pink camo hat.
Except me.
Yeah,
Got it.
You're a foreigner.
I know.
And, of course, what would it be without Shake, Rattle, and Troll? So,
Roger.
yeah,
Absolutely.
we got to throw that in. It's all good stuff. What's your itinerary for the rest of the day?
Go to Bill Luke Bass Days and hang out in the booth.
Well, what kind of stuff do you have to show the folks that we haven't talked about?
I'm just showing everything we have. We got standout hooks, Mr. Crappie hooks, Slab Daddy lures, Roadrunners, Daiichi hooks, obviously. We got everything in the booth. Come by and check it out. Lots of stuff.
We've got that full-blown circus out there. I personally didn't see whether they had any midgets or not, but I found a pair of very small ladies' thongs that are hanging on your booth. I don't. Were you at the circus yesterday?
No, I missed the circus.
Vertically challenged.
Yeah.
I took my daughter to the circus.
Really?
Yesterday. We rode the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
Why didn't they point the Ferris wheel towards the lake? Why is it away from the lake? Is there a reason for that?
Wind.
When you're on the Ferris wheel, you look.
Wind.
No, you could have done it either way.
Okay.
I mean, if you had gone this way or that way, you still would have had a...
Yes, but one side has more mass than the other.
Okay.
We had a discussion. We had a wind meter and go, need to turn it this way.
I thought, what a beautiful view. The
Right.
trailers.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow. I'm in Alabama.
Just goes to show you can't please everybody, but you can piss everybody off.
Hey, it was free. That's the point. The kids loved it.
It was good, and you can thank the SF.
Yeah, they did a great job.
That.
Yep.
We're going to flip into a break right now.
But if you ever go back in the woody swamp way, you better not go at night. There's things out there in the middle of the woods that make a strong man drive you right.
There you go, right there, JK.
Clear.
Yeah, roger that. You got it. That's home music for you, buddy.
Oh yeah, that's it, man. That's it. That's down home right there.
Okay, now where is the Woolly Swamp? Is that actually in North Carolina?
Yes,
it is.
Yeah,
it's a real life place, JK.
Yeah,
don't go there.
You will get lost.
One goes into the swamps, nobody comes out. It's all good. It's all good stuff.
This is wrong, boys. Just so you know, this is all wrong.
That's all good.
All right.
Come on, reel us in, Don.
Here's the final day today. I'm just checking the website. The scales opened at 8 o'clock this morning. There's nothing on the computer yet, so we may be able. We've got a phone app. We'll try to get that fired up and see where that is. Got live stuff coming in. Yep. Here was the deal this year: $10,000 for the overall big bass.
Sitting at 706 right at the moment, right?
Right now. What we did last year, we had $3,000 for the second biggest bass, but we talked about that, and it's about putting money into as many fishermen's hands as we can. So we changed that. It cost us a little extra money, but we're giving $2,000 a day for the big fish.
Ooh.
Yeah. And if you sign the registration book at the dealership, I-17 and West Camelback Road, or Sportsman's Warehouse, Sportsman's gives you $1,000 bonus cash on Saturday. The dealership's kicking in with $1,000 for both Saturday and Friday and Sunday. On top of all of that, so it was like Tommy Kilduff comes up with a 5-pound fish, pretty solid overall.
Mm-hmm.
$5,600 and some change. What? He's all happy. $6,012 to Turner yesterday, and the kids were getting their AZSFWC medal, $25 gift cards. So it was all good. A lot of money changing hands. More to come today at 4 o'clock.
Who's awarding it? Is that Kim today?
We bring them up on stage, introduce them by name, they caught their fish, of which there are 6 hourly weigh-ins starting at 8. First place pays $300, second through 10th place $100, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it pays your entry fee.
Mm-hmm.
Pays your entry fee and a gas bill to get there. All right. So we recognize them. In Tommy's case, we picked on him just a little bit. Hand him a cash.
Hey, have you seen Derek out there at all, our striper snatcher guy?
I've not seen him.
I didn't see him either. No.
I think he's hanging out the other side of the lake.
There's lots of things going on this weekend, so he's probably doing something else.
No, he's got. I know he's got several people
really?
out fishing. He's
guiding out
out.
there. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him.
He's probably going to watch Jeff Gordon slam into the wall, right, Mike? Mike. Guess what day it is?
Yep. It's wall day.
You guys are rude.
Bam.
Now,
Jeff's going to do well today.
We got a deal with Mike. I think today's bet is he won't finish in the top 10, and there's a double cheese Big Mac involved.
You're paying.
Cool.
You're paying.
I'm not paying today.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
He will not finish in the top 10. I don't think so. Short track, you got too many aggressive short track drivers. Earnhardt's one of them. Tony Stewart has been bumping and grinding. Tony's an excellent short track driver.
You watch. There's going to be some walleye.
And then you've got Logano is still on fire. Keselowski is pushing on the gas, doing better. He's got some pit issues, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's going to be a shootout, but I'm looking to see the junior up there in contention again.
Mm-hmm.
Danica Patrick, my guess is
30.
I don't think she'll even finish today.
39th, 16 laps down.
Nobody can be 16
I'm not
laps
taking that bet.
All dented up and Band-Aids all over the car. Yeah.
Big Band-Aids.
It'll be ugly.
Okay. Well, that's going off today, so. Tell me about the sheep banquet.
There were a ton of people. They had some really, really good items. I'm still waiting to find out if I won anything. People that were there, I gave my tickets to, which is a bad thing to do when you give them your raffle tickets.
You never win anything.
No. But my name was on them, so they had to call because I wrote my name on the back of everything. So I'm sure I'll find out later. The sheep tag, the 117,000, I think is what it finally went for. Wow. It's not great, but it's good money for the sheep. They knew that. They had before the banquet started, they had sold out their big 15. They only sold 375 tickets. They were $100 a pop, and they were sold out prior to the banquet.
Wow.
So, but there were some great prizes.
When's the next banquet coming up?
Next banquet's next weekend. Arizona Elk Society has theirs. And then the Arizona Deer Association has our banquet on May the 2nd. And I think there's another banquet in between there. There's a bunch of, this is banquet season. We could go every weekend and go to a banquet. You know that. Any
straight gun raffles?
No, there were no separate gun raffles, but the way they had it, they don't have a general raffle, they have a bucket raffle. So they had 60 buckets.
These are cool, Ron.
And in each bucket, you could put your raffle tickets that you buy. And I think they had close to 30 different weapons. I mean, everything from, shotguns all the way on up to, I kept putting mine in for the 300 Win Mags. And I don't know if I got one or not, but we'll see.
Cool.
So they did a good job.
Here's an archery guy that has...
I have more weapons that I've never fired. Awesome. Serious.
You're a hoarder.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I think that's a technical term.
Prepper.
I got the only weapon I ever do fire is my shotgun when I'm turkey hunting, and I've got a turkey tag that starts at the end of April, and then it starts again at the end of May.
I would choose the 22-250.
You would not.
I would.
You're going to do it for a headshot?
Headshot.
That would be interesting. That'd be a challenge.
200 meters.
Mm-hmm.
I love calling them up close and personal. When you got a strutting turkey in front of you, there's nothing more fun than that.
Yeah, I get it.
They shimmy and they turn and they're all fluffed out, looking for that hen, and pow!
It's over.
Bad day.
Blew his wig right off.
There goes that beard.
Yep, see ya.
How's Wes doing with his turkey hunting? Is he getting the hang of it?
He's getting the hang of it. He actually killed a 10-point buck last year. It was his first deer.
Yeah, but is he getting past the turkey jitters?
Oh, no. I still walk up to him in the hall and go, right behind him. Coffee goes everywhere, and he's holding his chest. We got to get the defibrillator out. Clear!
Porta packs. Here we go.
Yeah. It's he's still got the jitters, but we're going to get him one. Actually, today is first day of season.
Really?
That's
and I'm here with you clowns.
Excuse me?
Huh?
I
got a question. Did you actually dress up for this banquet?
Yes.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I wore my boots. I wore my jeans.
Did you?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Dress Ariat shirt. Yeah.
Dancing in the corner.
Was there line dancing involved?
No.
We had line dancing last night. It was remarkable. I look over and Doug's got his video camera laying on the grass. Videoing feet.
Oh, no.
That's awesome.
No.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have it behind the line.
Yeah.
Well, no,
that's for the calendar.
It was a segment where they were turning. They do the quarter.
Yes, I know.
So it didn't matter.
Copperhead Road.
Yeah. Copperhead Road. That's a good one. Yeah.
That was awesome one, yeah.
Love it.
Good stuff. All right, it sounds like we need to take a break.
10-4.
Sounds like Mr. Guggenhauer coming up.
Hey, let's do it now.
Well, the morning's kind of damp. I'm not worried about cutting the grass. Left my truck at the boat ramp and my boat is full of gas. My old boss thinks I'm sick today. He won't have me to harass. 'Cause I'm out here on the river and he can kiss my big old bass. Kiss my bass.
Yeah, man. Brother James Guggenhauer in downtown Payson, where I bet the weather's pretty nice about right now.
Oh, you just can't explain it.
One thing I do want you to explain, I've heard rumors of a bull elk running down the sidewalk with traffic next to the Walmart last week. What in the world was he thinking?
Yep.
Serious,
you know what? That happens about once a year. That somebody sees them. One morning, I was driving down there, and there were two bulls just walking up the beeline.
Yeah, nice.
Like it's a trail or something.
Well, it is. Kind of.
It is.
Yeah. Hey, I have a good prediction for you.
Uh-oh.
7 pounds is not going to win this tournament.
Whoa.
Okay.
And you heard it here first. And I'm going to tell you why. I've spent probably an hour looking at different fishing conditions this morning. And I'm not kidding you. Today is one of the best days of the year for fishing. The barometric pressure has been rising since 6 a.m. It's a perfect spawn day. Fish are going to be on beds. The big females are going to be on those beds. And I'm telling you, somebody's going to find one today.
Bam, bam, you think? Okay.
The water's flat. The water's clear. And I know those Basin boys. And everybody else is a good fisherman down there. I see Dan Elias has won a couple of times.
Couple of paychecks, yep.
And one of those guys is going to stumble on a big female sitting on a bed today. You watch.
We've heard tales of whales that got away, as always. I don't know what these guys are doing, but there's big fish being hooked.
Yep.
And lines snapping. I don't know if they're drop shotting with light line or whatever they did. You know, I drug some information out of Daryl's boy yesterday, and I thought he was going to have a stroke. He's up there getting a gift card and a medallion from the AZSFWC, and you ask the guys, and the dog guy's going to lie to you. I said, "How'd you catch fish?" He goes, "I was drop shotting one of my dad's water dogs." And I can look at Daryl over there, and he's going nuts. I said, "Truly, what cove were you in?" He says, "We were up in Humbug." I go, and Daryl just going, "No!" So it was a pretty good fish. Yeah,
I love those guys that, they wouldn't fish a drop shot if they were paid to do it. But yet at every tournament, that was their go-to bait.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we did have 3,000 water dogs imported from downtown New Mexico for the event. Liars Corner's out there at 3:45 in the morning with their water dogs. Yep.
I mean, that's a great event. I was talking to the guys in Payson. There's a huge entourage of Payson guys. I see some of their names are listed as winners too this week. So exciting, fun time. Great feedback already this year, Don.
I have to tell you, the Payson boys are extremely well behaved too.
What's wrong with them?
Well, we knew they were coming. We put on extra security, and they're just standing around going, "Everybody's being good."
But this year's their wives went with them.
Oh, big difference.
Oops. Well, James, here's what happened yesterday on that 706 from Turner that he caught. That was weighed at the 9 a.m. weigh-in. He got a check for $300 for that fish.
Right.
He got the $2,000 big fish for Saturday check, and the big bass option check was $3,712.
Yep.
Bam.
Cha-ching.
Yep. Ka-ching, ka-ching.
And here's the way that, I was talking to some guys up here, and we were even on the radio one time talking about it last week, is there's 6 weigh-ins a day. They're paying 10 places down. Right. So even if there's duplicate guys who win, say there's 50 guys a day, times 3 days, 150 guys are going to get paychecks. If you're any kind of a fisherman, you're going to win at least your entry fee back. How could you not do this? I mean, it's a great tournament. It's a great idea. And, it's a big deal. It's fun.
Well, we've already got our date for next year. It's the March 18th, 19th, 20th. Same place. We're going to do it all again, but we are adding more ways to win more money. So, what's going on over at Roosevelt, but before you go there, what's your best guess big fish today?
I'm sticking with my 10 pounds.
Okay. I think I had 9.8, so.
And I know people say it's not in there. It's in there, and one of these guys is going to find it. Hey, but let me tell you about Roosevelt, because it's the same conditions up here as we're kind of seeing across the state. We are right in the middle of the spawn season up here. Nobody is fishing in any deeper water than 20 feet. 20 feet and less they're fishing in. We have pre-spawn bass, we got spawning bass, and now we're starting to see post-spawn. Good numbers of bass have already spawned, and they're moving out. And as you know, Don, those fish are really aggressive after the spawn.
They call it hungry.
Really? So any type of reaction bait, spinner baits, chatter baits, crank baits, a Zoom super fluke was just killing them, and then little paddle tail swim baits, 4 to 6 inches long, made by Reaction Innovation. They were just killing them. The guys are catching 30 to 40 fish off of one point. So that just shows you how aggressive they can be when they finish the spawn. A drop shot technique is also working, 15 to 20 feet of water. And we're starting to get reports of the robo worm in the morning dawn color, 6 inch. Everybody knows that's a great springtime bait because it's a translucent kind of color. And for some reason, that translucency attracts more fish than an opaque worm this time of year. So if you've got a morning dawn with that chartreuse tail, that's what the reports have been.
I want Ron to tell you about this new Bang Shad buffet. This is a secret we want to let out of the bag. These guys need to know about it. You and I have a tendency to let cats out of the bag when we ought not to, but this is a time when we ought to. So give him an explanation of this, Ron. And you guys can go to ttiblakemore.com and check this stuff out.
Well, this thing is everybody says it's an Alabama rig, but it's not really an Alabama rig. It's two baits. You got a quarter on the bottom and an eighth on the top. You tie it on what looks like a spinnerbait arm, and it has those two inverted bodies on there, plus the blades on the Roadrunner heads. And the rocking action of this bait, not only does it go straight, but it kind of swims back and forth at the same time, and you cover a lot of water and find fish real quick, and it catches a lot of big fish too. And it's a great, super great bait with a lot of good colors.
Ron and I were talking, and went back there to the factory, and the discussion started up at ICAST about the color purple. That discussion you've been in, we've had it, and we will continue to have it. They have the albino shad, which is kind of a pearlized white with a little hint of purple up on the back.
Love that color. Especially when the water gets a little bit stained. That's all
I'm going to say.
Rips it up. Hey, so this bait with the two hooks, that'd be legal in Arizona, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It is now.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a legal bait. Jim Brown's got a crawdad over here. We're going to investigate. But anyway, we got to get out of here and get this thing wrapped up, get back to Bass Days. God love you. Good report. Wish you were down here dancing or fishing.
This afternoon.
All right. We'll talk to you later. James Guggenauer, RumCountryCustomRods.com. Check them out. We're going to a break.
Well, I play it fast and I play it slow. Make them move everywhere I go. Mother line, stir the cold beneath my soul. I'm playing with fire, can't let go.
All right, we're back. We're going to get this thing wrapped up and head back out to Bill Luke Bass Days for the finale today.
You do that.
And you're going to South Mountain.
I'm going to South Mountain.
Okay, your eyes start to glaze over when you start thinking about that. That's all right. Jim Brown, let's give it a rundown. What have you got available for the folks out at Bass Days today?
Oh, we have got our fish clippers, of course. We have our Robo Westies. We have Westie Classic Super Float worms with the exposed hooks, the old school way of fishing back here in Arizona since the 70s.
Why do you look at me and say old school?
Well, because we've been around since the 70s, so it's not really that old. I'm just talking to you, Don.
God, I wish the 60s had come back.
Did he say old school or old fool?
Old school.
No. Pick one, whatever.
We're having a little problem with diction here today, boys.
A lot of problems.
Yeah, so we got all that out. We got Savage Gear product line, so come on out and check us out today. We got some stuff we're blowing out, so say hello to everybody.
That's some good-looking swim baits there.
Days.
I mean, real good-looking swim baits.
Tuna baits. Yeah. And what can we find in the Daiichi booth?
You can find True Turn, Daiichi, Mr. Crappie, Team Catfish, Standout Hooks. You can find Roadrunners, swim bait Roadrunners, swim runners from Randy Howell. Yep, that's it.
Ooh, pretty.
Yeah, that's it. That's a beautiful bait, man.
Bang Shad
buffet rig. We got the Randy Howell Bass Buffet rig too. It's a little bit bigger than that one that you're showing there, and got catalogs. I got a couple of baits I can hand out to some folks. So
cool.
Stop on by and see us, man. And I want to say thanks to everybody for having us out, and Bill, Luke, and everybody out there, Don, and everybody.
You're a big part of it. It would not be the same without you. And,
we're always going to be there. Count us in.
We appreciate Wes and TJ and Fun Size and all the folks back there that make it all possible.
Yep, we make it happen, man. It's all good. We appreciate it. We appreciate you having us. It's a great, great tournament.
Yeah, and I want to thank the AZSFWC for doing what they did to make some of this possible. And again,
those kids' rides were phenomenal, and I'm glad that everybody got at least to know that the AZSFWC was there when they get their rewards.
Absolutely. Last night, it was probably about 9:30. We're out getting ready to do lights out. The rides were completely full.
Oh yeah,
cool.
Of adults and families, adults, moms, dads riding the Tornado.
Nice. Oh, we also got Gun Protect in the booth too. If anybody wants to come by and talk about Gun Protect,
yeah, you need to check that out. That's good stuff.
Yeah,
really good stuff. So, I'm still hung up on what you're doing with Gun Protect on a Warthog, an A10.
Well, we always sprayed down the
interior, the cockpit.
Well, no. We sprayed the 30mm cannon.
Okay, I got that part. Okay.
Yeah, we sprayed the missile launchers and the bomb racks with it because it's stable down to negative 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So when they're up at 35,000 feet, everything works.
Works quite well.
On the other side of the hot scale, up to how hot?
Take your pick. It's stable.
Just stable.
Always stable.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'm using it on weapons, and it's what's interesting, you can clean your weapon, and you think it's all nice and clean, and then you go over it with Gun Protect, you got more crap on your rag.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I'll send you some.
I need some.
I'll send you some. How many guns you got?
You shoot so much, I think you probably need a whole case.
Nice going.
When's the last?
You're just trying to get me fired, right?
When's the last time you fired a center fire? Not including a shotgun.
19. What?
No. I missed 12 times on a 217-inch muley with a borrowed rifle. That was the last time I fired.
Sounds like a scope adjust to me.
You think? Yeah. No, I had an outfitter that was helping me. I had a strip tag. And I did not practice enough with it, didn't know enough about the weapon. And on the last day, I fired 10 times.
Wow. And missed?
And missed. All over the board. I was adjusting on the fly. As it turns out later, we looked at it. The guide actually wound up shooting at a pie plate at 100 yards, and he was 5 inches to the right and low, about 4 inches.
Ooh.
Bummer.
That's not good.
No. $6,500 lesson.
Well, I'll get you some Gun Protect.
Not even close.
Yeah.
No, my shotguns desperately need it, and I've got a 22 that really needs it because I use that for plinking.
Okay.
With squirrels.
I'll get some too. Don't worry about it.
Good stuff.
Just remind me, Don. I'll get it done.
All righty, we will. We'll find out what the Cactus Dash is doing here pretty quick.
The Black Mountain Run. That's
tough.
Well, it's all basically volcanic. And you're stepping. You have to watch every single step on the way up that hill. There is nothing flat.
Well, they were marking the course and doing snake patrol this morning.
They better.
All
day.
We had security with them, make sure they didn't get tagged. And they're running up and around Blacks Mountain, where you and I were, down around the north side of the North Point, around the south side of the North Point, back up, cross the road, and then running south along the bank, which is all 70 or 80 degrees
angle
down toward the south ramp, and then making a little hairpin down there at the bottom, and coming back up the south ramp, east side, up to top side.
Oh. I'd use a golf cart. That's it.
No, you won't.
you can't. Not going up Blacks Mountain. You couldn't
really?
possibly. No.
Oh, man. Okay, helicopter then.
Good.
I'd love to see you stuck on a bungee cord doing this.
Yeah. Helicopter rides were good yesterday. Again, and thank Chris and the ground team from Sun State Helicopters coming out. They did a phenomenal job, and it's really interesting. Something we should do on a regular basis is pre-fish and scout from a helicopter.
Oh,
count me in.
That would be fun.
Yep.
You could hover. You could hover and see a lot.
Oh, you can. I mean, the places that you and I fish, you're going, damn, I didn't know that point went all the way out there because we're not looking.
That's right.
You know,
we can drop shot with Robo Westies out there. Slide off the chopper.
The sounds that this man can make with his mouth.
Yeah, you know, and I owe Doug a great big thank you for coming down and doing what he does with his camera and videos.
That's a long ride.
And the website.
We're talking quad helicopters.
Quads, that'll work.
Gotta think about that. Don't do that.
Good stuff. It's all good.
Flying around yesterday?
There was a few.
Yeah.
Was that Sergeant Buckman by chance?
No, I don't know who it was.
I know that Friday night you guys had trouble because I was out there and it was probably one of the strongest winds I've ever seen.
That was 45 miles an hour worth of trouble.
Oh, yeah. I mean, everything was flying.
Yeah.
Have you checked out Moab and Bivouac trailers? Did you see them?
I saw them.
That is the coolest camping trailer.
It is cool.
Yeah, all fun stuff. So, anyway, still an opportunity to get your official U.S. Coast Guard certification from Flotilla 1011. Captain Dave out there will inspect your boat in 10 minutes or less. Go over to see Jennifer at American Family and come out and enjoy the Last Supper at Bill Luke Bass Days 2015.
It'll be a fun wrap-up.
Turkey leg.
A lot of money going out the door today, boys.
All right, we're going to get this thing wrapped up and head for the water. I am Don McDowell.
Special K.
Ron Stallings.
James Brown.
Ow. Yeah, dude. All righty, man. Hey, take your kids fishing next year at Bill Luke Bass Days, March 18, 19, and 20 at the same place. Pleasant Harbor RV. We're out of here, man.